Again? Are you sick of seeing this every time you open this and look at a Raptor page on Facebook? Well, so are we. So we decided it was time to cut the fat, head to the drags and figure out exactly what the difference is between a 33 and a 35-inch tyre. We're going to figure out what it looks like in terms of crank horsepower, mile per hour, and more importantly, how it all affects your fuel economy. Let's get stuck into it. Now everyone knows that your fuel economy absolutely tanks when you put a bigger tyre on than what the car comes with from factory. Most people go 2 inches bigger, resulting in way worse fuel economy. Now, we've got a couple of ideas about why this might be. The first one is rotational mass, which basically means how much force or effort you have to put in to get the car rolling. So if you've got a taller tyre, you have to put more effort in to get the car going. The second thing that we think might also contribute to this is wheel weight. Now we've got the 35s on the Raptor at the moment. We also have the stock 33s off the car still. We're gonna go weigh them. We're gonna come back and chuck some stats in and we'll see how we go. So if you haven't familiarised yourself with our factory option beadlock wheels yet, there is another episode on the channel you can check out and we run you through exactly what's needed to turn the ugly beadlock compatible wheels into a full proper beadlock wheel. So what we've got that we're going to weigh first is a 35 by 10.5 Kenda Cleaver RT on the factory beadlock compatible wheels with the factory beadlock rings. Now, the reason that we've gone for a 10.5 on the Raptor is I did have a 12.5 inch wide tyre on it for a while, and I think you'd agree that it drives so much better with these, hey? They're much closer to a factory width, so the rolling resistance is
a bit lighter steering, yeah.
The steering is so much nicer. After the unfortunate incident that somehow happened to my diff, I didn't want to ever do that again. I would imagine that a 35 by 12.5 would weigh more than this tyre again, which is probably the more popular tyre to run. But this is what we're working with today, so we're going to get on the scales. What do you reckon? How much?
Man, lifting it off the back, I'd say like 45 kilos, if more.
Yeah, I would have said about 200, but I haven't been to the gym for 12 months, so there's that. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I got it to steady it.
Yeah, sick.
So 50 and some change.
Yeah, let's say 50.8.
That's so heavy, eh?
Man, now it's gone to 52. Yeah, 50.8. That's it?
Yeah, let's run with that. That is, do we pull a 35 by 12? No, we're not pulling any more wheels off cars. All right, 35s, Wade. 33s next. So this is a dead stock Raptor combination. Stock rim, stock tyre.
So this tyre is actually available, like it comes with this from factory?
Yeah, this is how they come from factory.
Right, and it makes it an effective 33.
I think they're like a 32.8 because that's legal.
Right, gotcha. Wow, 37.75.
You got
37.4, let's leave that.
13 kilos.
Yeah.
That's heaps, eh?
Yeah, it is. All right.
Can you put that back on the car?
No, actually I don't want
I think from here we should go weigh the car. We could probably Google what a stock curb weight is of a Raptor, but we've got the Bayhouse bash plates, which would weigh more, obviously because they're stronger and more durable.
Yep, better airbox in it.
Front mount intercooler kit.
Yep.
So yeah, this thing it doesn't weigh what a standard one would weigh. So for the argument's sake of the episode, let's head over to the weighbridge. So we've come down to the world famous Rockley Public Weighbridge. 40 bucks, you and your car on the scales, they'll give you a printout. Let's run it up.
That's a huge bitch.
All right, welcome back. So what we know now is that we know that the beadlock wheels weigh 50.8 kilos, which is ridiculous. Standard wheels and tyres was 37.4. So I think we worked out that was around about a 13 kilo difference or thereabouts. And finally, what we know is that the car in beach trim, so our airbox, turbo smart blow-off valve, bay house bash plates, weighs 2,520 kilos. So let's go car weight. We've got some numbers that are currently pretty useless to us. I guess what we should probably do next is maybe race a car. That way we can figure out what ET it runs, what mile an hour it runs, and then we can come back. We can do some more calculating so that we can get an idea of why your fuel economy gets so bad with a 2-inch bigger tyre. And so that's why we're here, Willowbank Raceway.
You can do that, can't you, mate?
I'll do it with the stock wheels on. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. It's been 15 years, maybe a little bit more, since I've been to the drags and raced a car. Last time I was here, R31 Skyline, 5-speed manual, 17-second flat, quarter mile. I couldn't get a 16.9 no matter how hard I tried. But we bought the Raptor, we've got the 35s on the car. We're going to do a few runs with the 35s to see what sort of ET we can get.
And then we're swapping over to a factory tyre size.
When you say we, you, while I keep my hands clean?
Yeah, we're already, so.
We'll figure that out later, but for now, let's get in the car, let's go run a number, and wish me luck.
16s, here we come.
Ready to go?
No, no, I'm not at all. I'm actually really nervous. I got some advice from John from Next Up. He said, go out there, don't stage with the rear wheels, get one out of the way, and then have fun. Let's see how we go. Oh man. Fuck, what am I doing? All right, Fabby, do not stage with the rear wheels. Okay, well that was fun. 2H, I think I got a little bit of wheel spin, I'm not sure. I can't see the draggy from where I am. I'm gonna let old mate in the ute go in front of me. Holy fuck. Let's go see how we did.
Brother.
Hey.
So yeah, you've beaten your 16s. You're
Yeah.
at 14.658.
You're not going to believe this. On running on empty, one of the characters runs a 14.6 and everyone's like, 14.6, 14.6.
14.6, 14.6, 14.6.
The fact that we did that is so good. Paulie's going to have a perfect cutaway for this. That was a time. That was fun.
Great, man. That's unreal result.
Yeah, I'm happy. All right.
Good time.
14.6. The boys are on.
Boys are on. That looked fun.
It was like,
Just point straight and go away. The launch was sick.
I can't believe that I out-treat old mate. I mean, I know we're not for bracket racing.
No, we are.
So that was no brake boost. I just got off it and it went.
Yep.
This time, I don't know what to do, dude, because it wheel spun a little bit, but it sorted its life out pretty quick. Oh, and that was just, I put it in sport mode and just let the car do the work.
So traction control, everything was on?
Everything, bro.
For the purpose of consistency,
Yeah.
we should just do exactly the same thing.
This time around, I'm going to go 4A and I'm going to build some boost off the line.
Okay.
So literally the only thing I'm going to do differently this time is stall it up a bit. I don't know what the theory is behind that. I guess it's like you're building boost. You should, in theory, leave the line with boost already built, more power. It should 60 foot better. So let's see what happens. I do have traction control on still. $2,000. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. no burnout, don't stall it. Just ends up turning the tyres. Would that be different if I'd done a burnout? Probably. We do have 40 pound in the 35s. I'm not gonna bother with that. I wanna do probably one more run. So we've got 3, see if we can get another 14.6, then we'll put the 33s on. They're not wrong. I do love drag racing. This is fun. All right, run number 1, 14.658 at 95.97 mile an hour. Run number 2, 14.963 at 94.37 mile an hour. So it is a thing. I think, I can't remember the exact maths on it, but a tenth in the 60 is equivalent to X amount, whatever. So that all makes sense. Maybe they should make one of these that also says, I love power skids. What was my reaction time? Oh, Paulie, I cut a 0.63 light on my first one. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go out now. I'm gonna go 4A. I'm gonna leave the line at 2000 RPM and I'm gonna hang on to it.
Still in sport mode.
Still in sport mode. I'm not changing the gears. I'm just letting the car do all the work.
Okay.
I think that's 3 different runs. We'll know then.
We'll have a good average, hopefully.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Paulie?
Good.
Yeah, I agree, man. So we did 3 runs in total. First run, no brake boost, just got on the throttle. Second run, we boosted it up a little bit. So first and second run were in 2-wheel drive. Second run boosted it up a little bit. It spun off the line. Third run we did it in 4A and it was closer to what it was in the middle. I think what we figured out was no brake boost off the line, just get in and hit it. Unfortunately, we don't have, I'm really sorry, Paul, but we don't have any video in car of the third run. The GoPro overheated and I pressed the wrong button on the draggy, but anyway, we'll put the 33s on it now, have a quick bite to eat for lunch, and then we're gonna go out and see if we can cut a time. All right, so lunch break at the track means we're gonna pump some more numbers in real quickly. We have quickly converted the car to pounds. Now we're gonna enter in the ET a mile an hour. So with the 35-inch tyre, we managed a best of 14.65 at 95.97 mile an hour. Race car. Now we're gonna head back to the track, switch some tyres, get this number. Let's see how we do. What's your estimate, you reckon, with the 33s on?
I reckon it'll be, if our best time was a 14.6, right?
14.68.
6.58.
Yep.
I think you'll do a 14.2.
That's ambitious.
14.28. That's what I'm going to say.
All right, I'm going to
I
go...
wish you'd run this and then we'd film this and now I'd look like a genius.
I'm going to go 14... There can't be 2 tenths in it. Maybe there will.
There absolutely would be
14.49, I reckon. Drop a comment right now at this point in time and let us know what you think the best time is going to be with the 33s on. And while you're going, hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. So
oh, nice.
Let's go run it.
Anyone closest gets a Raptor.
So we're just going to quickly, I hope it's quick. We're going to rip the 35s off. We're going to put the 33s on. Now, another thing, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet. We got 40 PSI in the 35s. I wasn't going to bother letting them down. It's not that important to me. But I think I'm going to let some air out of the 33s. Oh, this has been a really slippery slope.
Goes down the drag strip once.
Yeah,
one. I'm going to press it down. This is like me after doing one beach trip.
You just need to go and buy everything?
Yeah.
Oi, good thing I bought tyre shine, hey?
So we've just finished our runs with the 35s, 14.9, 14.6 and a 14.7. So we're going to stick with that 14.7 as our base mark, I guess. We've gone back, chucked the 33s on. Nathan's just gone to change the tyre pressures, so they're all even 36. Just to reiterate, we're running stock ECU, we've got our airbox, our full exhaust system on it, and that's pretty much it, and a blow-off valve. Let's get a couple of runs with the 33s. I'm suggesting that the tyre difference will be about a 0.3 of a second. We'll see how we go.
So, we're about to go back out. We're in sport mode. We're in 2H. And we're going to put the exhaust back in Baja. First run with the 33s on. Let's see how we go. Alright, let's bang the aircon on, cool the GoPro down. Let's go see the time slip lady. Oh, I'm so keen to know what it was. Thank you, mate. Whoa! Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's fucking mad.
How ridiculous, right? Half a second straight away.
You know what? I stand corrected. There you go. Zach had it.
Yeah, Zach was right.
Yeah, what a world.
Half a second. Do you want to just run another one again for the same? And
Yeah.
we'll see if it's similar, and then we'll play around with tyre pressures.
Imagine if we get into the 13. I can't believe it's 5/10, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So come in, try it again, and then we'll play around with tyre pressures. Was there wheel spin?
I didn't hear it, did you?
No, we didn't hear any, but
No, it was I noticed it with the 33s, but I didn't hear it or feel it then.
You've probably got some time now if you want to play around with stalling it up and stuff. I don't know.
Okay, see how we go.
14-1, unreal. See ya.
Bye. Reaction time wasn't as good, 417. I stalled it up a little bit, didn't spin. See what happens. This is too much fun, hey? It really is. All right, we're back at the timesheet lady. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. What do we got? You're kidding me. 14.02 at 98 mile an hour. This bitch has got a 13.9 in it. Although this is going to be like being in the 31 again, and it's not going to happen. All right, that settles it. 13.9 coming right up.
Man, you're actually onto something.
So I just got overwhelmed and I accidentally brake boosted at that time a little bit. I've got no idea how many RPM it was, but I'm going to give it a little bit more.
Do you want to try lowering your pressures now?
No. Did it spin then? Did you notice?
We didn't hear any wheel spin, man, but I think, you know, if you start boosting it more off the line.
Yeah. Nah, f it, bro. I'm that close to running a 13. All right, third run. We're doing these back to back, by the way. She's banging them out. I'm going to give it a little bit more brake boost and see how we go. Oh, 6-0! Yeah, Trent! Oh. That's got to be it. It has to be. It fucking has to be. This is so much fun! Why has no one ever told me drag racing was so much fun? So the second I saw the second yellow illuminate, I just got off the brake. I was too busy watching the tree. I couldn't tell you how many RPM I left at. I heard the tiniest bit of screech. I reckon I might maybe try and drop a tiny bit of pressure out of it. I might start with 5 PSI. But surely this has got to be the 13. It fucking has to be. Oh. Thank you. Oh, no. It's a 14.029. What was the last one? 14.1? You're kidding me. 14.027, 14.029. Mile an hour is less as well. So that tiniest little bit of screech was enough to make the difference. Let's go let some pressure out of the tyres. What do you reckon, big dog?
So good, hey.
It is good.
You've got to break 30.
You wait till you see the GoPro footage, man. I'm like, I was fucking amped, bro. I'm like banging my helmet. I'm like, that's the 13. It's it. And I pulled around and I got the slip and I was just like, oh. I'm going to drop 5 out. I'm going to go down to 30.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was brake boosting at because I was that focused on the tree.
Yeah.
I left on the second yellow and I pulled an 060.
Yeah.
I
saw
messaged
that.
Trent and I was like, let me know if you ever need a backup driver. Weirdly, so my reaction time was better, but my ET was lower because my 60, it must be heat soaked, bro. I 60'd better in this run, and then by 3:30 it started falling over. I could be wrong, but I don't think your reaction time plays into your quarter mile time. That's just like a pat on the back thing.
It doesn't start recording from when you...
It starts from when you go.
Okay, right.
So it could take me 5 seconds, I'm still gonna get the same ET.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Based on those numbers, it fell over at 330 foot. That's so frustrating, dude. Based on the 60, that would have been my 13.
All right.
So I think we're gonna drop 5 PSI out. So we'll go back to 30 in the rears, because I noticed a tiny little screech then.
Just that was all we heard
That
too.
was it.
Yeah.
So if I can get rid of the screech, it should 60 better again. And as long as it doesn't fall over at 330, we should have a 13.
All right. Let's do it.
We're down to 30 PSI on hot tyres. We got to get that 13. Let's go get it, Paulie.
Hell yeah, bro. You got this.
I hope so. Oh, fuck. Dumbest left too early. I don't think that was it. I'm sure it's not.
Hey, bro.
As soon as I saw the red, I'm like, you quit. Got too cocky.
It was a 14.237 on that. So what do you reckon, like wheel spin wise, did you back out of it at all? Like why would you go slower?
I don't know, man. We can compare the time slips.
Do you want to try and just line
Thank
up for
you.
another?
Yeah, I'll get another one in. It'll be interesting to know if less tyre pressure equals more drag.
Yep.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, let's see, do it again.
Yep, righto, laters. With how we are going with time, I reckon I've got time for this run and then one more after this. Wasn't stoked at the last one. So I think too many RPM and I red lit, which will teach me for being too cocky. I'm into stage. The tiniest bit. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know. It didn't feel good. It was slow out of the hole. I don't know. Thank you. Garbage, 14.2. 0.4. I reckon I should have just quit while I was ahead, eh? Let's call it quits.
Yeah.
So that one was way worse. 2/10 across this, and I knew it. Like I left at about sort of 1200 RPM.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
Yeah, it looked laboured taking off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think you're losing time to that drag on the tyre. Like,
I think so too. I
yeah.
really do.
Yeah, it would have been interesting then to pump it back up and go back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm pretty happy with that.
Man, you got to be. I think
I'm
consistently
amped,
it's
dude.
14, like you could say 14.1.
No, it's 14.0. Call it what it is.
Yeah, fair enough. It was 14.029 or whatever.
Yeah.
So 7, what's that?
1465 to 1402.
Yeah, that's 6.3.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's way more than I thought. Well, I reckon we'll go pack up.
Yep.
Head back to work. All right, we're back at the blackboard for the final time. Now, surprisingly, 33-inch tyres, 1402 at all of the mile an hour, 98.56. Now, this is all well and good, but there is one more thing we need to figure out, which sort of will really point towards why you get worse fuel economy on a bigger tyre. There is a website, wallaceracing.com. It's got a calculator in it, and basically you enter in your weight and your mile an hour, and it will calculate crank horsepower for you. So calculate horsepower from weight and mile an hour. So that's what we're working with there. Sorry about my cracked phone screen, Paulie. So first one we've got is mile an hour with the 35-inch tyre. So that's this number here. We've got 95.97, and then we're going to put in the pounds. 5674. Calculate. The horsepower, the calculated horsepower on a 35-inch tyre, so let's move across here, 412. Big block. So now we're going to do the exact same process again, but with the 33-inch tyre. So we're going to do this number here, so 98.56, and heap of fives. Calculate. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? What we're working with the 33-inch tyre is that the car is making around about 437 horsepower. I'm not an engineer or a scientist, don't at me in the comments. But basically, guys, what we can see here is that when you go to a bigger tyre, sort of like what we touched on earlier in the episode, you know, your rotational mass is so much greater. So the car's going to be slower across a quarter mile time, which is what we've reflected here. The reason the car's slower is a bigger tyre, it takes more to turn it. It's also sapping crank horsepower out of the car. So the 33-inch tyre compared to the 35, the 35's, you know, substantially less power. So you've got a bigger tyre, you're working harder to turn it, you are taking longer to travel the same distance, and you have a reduction in crank horsepower. Basically meaning with 35s, your Raptor is going to be bad on fuel. So I'm sure there's more that goes into it than that, but basically this was a good excuse for me to get the Raptor to the drags and run a time. I'm very keen to chuck the tuned ECU in it, get back out of the track and keep cracking on the development of the Raptor. If you have any comments, questions, or if you want to tell me what I've missed here, let us know below, and we'll see you next time at the track.